now I can actually see the live myself, so we should be good, I hope.
Yeah, Hurricane makes a good point. Let's try that again. Let's make sure this link works. Oh, I've got to wait for Aero League Racing. Jesus Christ. Stop it and start again. Hang on. What's going on?
It's working on my end. I can see the stream, so we're most definitely live.
There we go, it's working.
Yep.
Hooray, we're here. We are finally here. That can go away. That can go away. That can go away. Right, let's tag. Let's copy this into the main thread. There we go. Hooray! Yeah, well, we're just sort of we're just watching people, and he's got
a lot of damage.
There's a lot of damage, right? So we're gonna let everybody get in. Good evening, everybody. Ross, Deco, good evening. Good evening. As we've got a very confusing Yokohama livery. Because there's Pyro, that's what the livery should look like. Here's others. So, yeah, we should be good. We'll be fine. We'll figure it out. Hello, Aero, how are we? Whilst we got time, audios, is everyone happy with audios? Can everybody hear me alright?
Can also everyone hear me? The special guest commentator for tonight.
Who's winning tonight? Well, Owen at the moment's quickest on practice. Just looking at people's tyres, they're going to last about 6 laps on the mediums with the pace that they're setting in the practice. Let's have a little look as far as someone on track. Let's watch Hurricane for a minute.
Well, we have like 5 minutes, so it's probably worth to go through the teams that are here tonight.
Yeah, if you want to. Do you want to go through?
Yeah, I will go through them. So, the teams that have qualified for the Champions Cup finals tonight, in order of their semi-final standings, we have Alpine Stars, who have qualified in first, which will be represented by CMP, the X-Royal, Spin, and Monty, who will alternate in between races. We then have Pennzoil, who qualified in second, right behind Alpine Stars, who will be represented by Kerpel, Pizzi, and Vidvir. Javi is not here, which it's probably going to be a big loss for them. Castro, who won the other semi-final, is represented tonight by Gilles, Kellen, and Mike. We then have Falcon, represented by Fracus, Matei, and Hurricane. And to round it out, we have Yokohama, who's only represented by Pyro and Owen. They're missing a third driver, so not very good chances for them to win tonight.
Probably not, as Pyro just goes a little bit wide letting VX on. I think he might just let VX through. But so we've got a who is that that's just gone off? Oh, it's gone now. It's probably Owen. we're going to try and not get confused between Penzo and Owen's liveries. We will try our best not to get too confused because they're both black and they're both yellow. Black and yellow, yes, I know it goes along with the song. Now, just looking at everyone's driving and tyre compound, the fronts are going to be the main things to watch, as the hards, looking at Vidvir doing very respectable times. We'll do about 8-9 laps before he needs to come in. Let's try and find another long runner. Hurricane's drying out the hard as well. He's only on lap 4, so we'll have to keep an eye on that for a minute. Let's focus. This is still going. There we go. So Mike stopped on lap 7, so he's currently on lap 3 in his mediums, and they're, well, not looking good. Let's put it that way. Let's put it nicely.
Definitely not.
So Mike, I think, struggling a little, but we'll have to see what happens to Mike in the main race. Because we got BX on the softs. Okay, never mind.
They are driving at Autopolis, which is usually pretty infamous for its tire wear. It's the short layout which cuts off the entirety of second and third sector, which are usually the most severe and harsh ones, but it's still, I think, 9 times on tire wear. So, yeah, a pretty high multiplier.
What track is this, Deco? It's the one that we raced at the end of last season, the horrible one. The one that everybody dislikes for Topless.
Everyone except Ross, apparently.
But unlike normal Autopolis, where you come around this long, never-ending left-hander, we get to a good camera angle as we come up the hill on the right instead of doing the hairpin left to go back down the hill. This time we stay on the left-hand side of the circuit, and then we do a long, tricky, tight right-hander to then come firing out onto the final corner to go back down the start-finish straight. So that is literally the only change.
It's a pretty big one, to be honest with you.
I did do a couple laps on this circuit. The points where I personally struggled was turn 1, where we just gone through, where it's a blind downhill, kind of off-camber right-hand corner, and also it's the final 2 corners as BX gets right close to Kapil there.
That's proper tier 1 warm-up banter. People just killing each other.
Let's stick with BX for the remainder of the lap, as we've just seen him murder someone out of pure... Oh, never mind.
This is going to be one corner that takes a lot of life out of the tires.
Yeah. So, and this was the other tricky corner I was just mentioning. You're coming in sort of up, you're going over the crest of the hill whilst trying to brake and turn, and then gently coming on the power as you start coming down. So you got to be quite careful around there. I can see a lot of people potentially making mistakes around that part of the course, as BX is a 109.3, so it's going to be a strong time if we're looking at quality times. So I reckon it's going to be a battle between Owen and BX, maybe even CMP.
Yeah,
so the two
I reckon this is the kind of car that CMP will be really strong, because it has some common characteristics to road cars and sports cars. You really do feel the suspensions, the weight shifting, unlike other Group 3 cars, which are not necessarily easier to drive, but this does resemble a bit of a sport car. So it'll be interesting to see how they fare tonight.
Right, so Pyro is just resetting the lobby to the correct time of day. It is bang on 8 o'clock. Yes, I love that, Ross. So Sonic King has just signed on VX's account. Yes, he has.
Yeah.
So CMP coming in after only real sort of like 2 or 3 laps on the softs, so the softs aren't really going to be anything really viable, I don't think.
Yeah, there'll probably just be a qualifying tire.
And maybe even just a starting, I'm not too sure.
I think from what we've seen so far, it may be a one stop on hards or maybe two stops on mediums. We'll have to see. I don't think the softs are viable for the race.
Potentially not, we'll have to keep an eye out where my button, that's the button I want. Alright, so we're just waiting on Pyro now. So for those who aren't familiar and who've been living under a rock on Discord, the final round is going to consist of 3 races. So we're going to first race is around Autopolis Short. We've got a 5-minute qualifying session with a 17-lap race. The tyres are on 9 times, so it's a lot higher than what I think is one of the highest we've experienced on this. Who's found the horn? Who's my favourite person? Fracas is my favourite person. He's found the horn.
Yeah, unfortunately, these cars do have horns, so
Oh, it's not unfortunately, it's fortunate.
I mean, depends on the point of view.
It does. It's brilliant to annoy people.
Yep, it is.
But
We've seen
hang
it.
on, but
We've seen it being used during the semifinals to distract the driver in front when trying to make a move.
so this 9 times tyre wear is not actually the highest we've seen. It's probably about average. However, it's going to be the highest, or it's going to be joint highest on this final race. So we've got 9 times tyre wear, 4 times fuel. So fuel shouldn't really be too much of an issue. With racing hards, mediums, and softs with no tyre rules. So this time it's going to be quite easy to follow. The other 2 races this evening, which I'll come on to after this race, do have a couple of rules, but we're not really going to be looking out for that. We're more going to be looking out for the racing. So Aero's made the call. Has he made the call?
Yeah, I think we saw the starting soon message. Yep, here we go.
Yep, there we go. So who's going to be coming out of the pits first? Is Pyro going to have host advantage again? Like we saw in the semi-finals. He does. He's going to go straight out. And then BX manages to get out just behind, who with CMP really close. So the 2 teammates very close together with each other. We then got Penzel, 4th car out with the first Astral car of Gills coming out, with Owen following very close along with TM, and Fracas just coming out behind with Mike with a 3-second time penalty for not knowing what the white line stands for, coming out the pits, with Vidfit overtaking Kapil. So the 2 teammates potentially swapping positions to get Kapil further up the grid, maybe trying to work together, with Hurricane the final of the Blue Falcon cars bringing up the rear, with Monty, the final Alpine star, joining us. How do you spin out a rally car? Why?
That's not a good start.
You've not even made it around the first sector.
To be fair, it's not that easy of a car.
No, I will give it
Despite
to
it
him.
being a rally car, and it does not have a lot of grip on the dirt.
No, he doesn't. No, let's jump on through. Let's follow Pyro as he comes down and start finish straight to start his final lap, turning it into turn 1. Using a nice good bit of curb. Let's try and stick on this camera angle for a second. BX following through, and so is CMP. So we'll watch these 2 drivers and Owen. Let's see how Pyro does going through this section. If you see anything on a mini map of someone spinning out, by all means say, if I haven't seen it.
Yep.
You can hear those tyres squealing in protest as they're going around the long left-hander, just kissing the curb on the exit and firing it up the hill. You don't want to take too much exit curb, because otherwise you'll get yourself some dirty tyres. It doesn't really matter too much with all these and how right-handers. Pyro keeping it nice and neat. BX not quite as neat. CMP keeping it nice and neat. So let's see where we land after this first lap.
The 108, that's pretty strong for an opener.
That's very, very strong. So BX putting out a huge lap to begin with. Almost a second faster than he was in his practice session. Let's let everybody cross the line. And then we'll go through. Who's that back? Mike's come out again. So I did spot he was on mediums. And we went in to go and change.
Yeah, probably a mistake. This is also a mistake.
Yeah, that's not going to help your tyres at all. So we'll let Mike carry on his lap, so we'll go through the grid very quickly.
We most likely will see everybody in the pits now for a quick change. It's only a 5 minutes quali, so they will only have time for another attempt.
So BX has got himself a two-tenths of a second advantage as he's right on the backside of Pyro, but like you just said, probably going to expect everyone to dive into the... Yep, here they come. Everyone's diving into the pit, so this is going to be a good opportunity to go through the grid.
Oh, BX hit the pit entry wall.
That's a good spot. I didn't even spot that. Well spotted. So we got BX in first, 2/10 of a second faster than TM in the Falcon. We then got Kellen in third, just less than a tenth of a second off, with CMP in fourth. So we might expect a little bit more from him in this next stint. I'm not sure if these guys are going to have enough time to get out. So I've got a minute left now.
They may not have time, actually.
So maybe they would have been better to go back to the garage and go straight back out again. As Monty does a 1 minute 12.2 just in the bottom, as we got Capil in fifth, we got Gills in sixth, we got Pyro in seventh. Actually, to be fair, from 6th, 7th, 8th, 9th, 10th are all pretty close. They're all within hundredths of a second of each other, so this could be an interesting battle.
It's going to be on the split second for CMP and BX to make it to the line in time, I believe.
Yeah, let's stick on board with CMP for a second, as we got BX right behind him, so maybe them two did a little position swap.
They're not gonna make it.
Who's gonna make it over the line? I'm not sure if anyone will.
They're missing 5 seconds.
There we go. Time's up.
Yep.
So the checkered flag is out.
So let's see if Matej is on a flyer now.
Let me just catch up with the... Yeah, Ross is right. They should have just come straight in.
Yep.
Right, so let's go through the grid. So we've got BX in first, we've got Team in second, Clint in third, CMP in fourth, Capil in
He's the only one who got the final lap in. Maybe there's another driver.
But he hasn't actually really set a... Oh no, I know what he did. He did a reset.
Oh yeah, he did. The other driver maybe Pyro, who's on a flyer now. Yep.
Yeah, so Pyro just got it as well, so let's see what Pyro can do. Let's see if he can snatch sixth.
He cannot.
Not able to at this time, so the grid really hasn't changed.
No, only 2 drivers to get a second flying lap.
So we've got Fracas in 10th, we got Roblox in 12th, we got Vidvir in 11th, sorry, Roblox in 11th, Vidvir in 12th, we got Monty who's... How did Monty get out and do a lap?
I think he may have reset. Actually, yeah, that's a good question.
We're way past the 5 minute mark. I mean, they're at 7 now, and he's only done 30 seconds of an outlap, so...
I mean, he may have stopped on track, or on the exit of turn 1, and I started driving again now.
He's treating this like a rally course, and it's really good fun to watch.
He's doing pretty well, to be honest.
He is. Let's just watch him come around these final couple of corners. Let's see if he does a huge handbrake turn, full wheel drift like Ken Block used to do going into the final corner. He's going to attempt it, and
Well, he tried it at least.
takes it into the gravel. And here he comes over the finish line. So, yeah, the grid really hasn't changed at all. Please tell me we don't have a glitch grid.
No, I don't think so.
Who's still running then?
I think it's because people are still in the pits.
Oh, no, there we go. Right, so whilst we switch between the qualifying and the race, shall we very quickly switch around to share play so I don't get kicked halfway through?
Yes.
Yeah, Ross, you're right. BX would have had a quick flying lap had he not hit the wall.
Yeah, which gives us a good point for the race. The pit entry is very tricky around here, and we've seen in the final round of Group 3 last season several people hitting the wall on pit entry. We've also seen people behind other people not braking for the pit entry and punting other people into the wall. So that's something to be aware of.
Yeah, we'll have to try and keep an eye on pit entry. If people coming into the pits together, we'll have to try and keep an eye out and watch. No. Style is everything. Style makes up for 1,000% pace. Alright, where is Pyro? There you are. Do you mind? Just put like ready or something.
Yeah, sure.
Thank you. Right, so round 1 of 3. There we go.
Yep.
Right, so we are round 1 of 3. Let's have a very quick look just before we go through the grid. The top 3 are well, BX just took off. 2nd and 3rd are pretty close together from the looks of things, and then everybody else. I reckon the mid pack is going to be quite interesting to watch. I was expecting Owen to be a lot higher than 9th with his practice pace. I was expecting him to be up near CMP and at least the top 5.
Yeah, he definitely will have to come back to give Yokohama any chance of a good placement tonight.
Yeah,
it will also be interesting because he has struggled with tire wear for the entirety of the event. I struggle to imagine that he will have it figured out for tonight, but hopefully he has.
Right, so the whole grid is on mediums and hards. Just having a very quick flick through as people are finding the horns as we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 red lights, revs build. There's a long hold and away we go as everyone seems to have got quite a good start because that's all 4-wheel drive cars as everyone dives into a line, so everyone's got a really even start as TM looks up the inside of BX covers that and brakes a little late as now Keelan goes around the outside of TM. Everyone seems to have survived. No, they haven't. Who's dropped off? Unfortunately, Mike's dropped off in turn 1, but we'll rejoin the pack at the front as we've got BX leading with Gillian, has made a good start to 2nd as we are 2 wide a little bit further back up here on CMP, having a battle up on start, and he gets pushed a little wide, and now here comes Pyro going up the inside. Let's jump on board and follow this. So we've got someone honking behind us as Owen's a little squiggly. So CMP holds 5th position, holds Pyro where he is for the minute. We will stay on this camera angle for a second as we got Owen having a little look. The inside of his teammate. It's not going to be too wise to punt your teammate out on lap 1 of 17. And looking further back.
There was some fighting between Pennzoil drivers in the back.
Yeah, let's have a quick look backwards for a second. So we got. Let's jump on forward with this camera angle. This one's a little bit better. Everyone seems to be behaving. So we got the two pencil drivers of Roblox and Vidvir trying to chase Fracas down, but I think they're too eager fighting each other at the moment, as we got Hurricane going up, defending, I think, the inside from Monty. Still keeps the position as Vidvir loses the place to Roblox, as now he's under threat from Hurricane. Let's blow this through.
The X is already creating quite a big gap at the front in the meantime.
Let's jump forward. Let's see if we can find anything. Here's something. And we got the two teammates again battling it out. They should really be trying to work a little bit more together to try and catch up with CMP for 5th position, as Owen gets the better run. Does he give Pyro the nudge? I think he does.
Yep. I guess you would expect the Owen to be let through, but they know who of the two has the better pace.
Yes, Owen dives up the inside going into turn 1. BX doesn't really defend that. I think his team wall is stepping in a little bit. Now Owen up to 6th, Pyro back down to 7th, and the time is to chase CMP, who is now right on the back of that final pencil vehicle of Kapil. Now, having raced with Kapil through the first 3 or 4 stages, he can be quick. He is a very quick driver. I'm not dismissing that for a second. But there's been a couple of points where he has been lower down in the grid than where some possibly would have expected him. So we'll have to keep an eye on it. He looks like he's doing really well for the moment. But Owen's caught right up to the back of CMP in that lap. So we'll see how this goes as Kapil takes it wide. CMP takes a nicer, tighter line, and let's stay with this battle for a minute. Let's stay here. We got 2 yellow CMP's in a yellow car sandwich at the moment. Let's have a look. The nose is up the inside, but he's not going to make the move. Now Owen's all over the back of that grey Alpine Star vehicle. So let's see what he can do. Does he have a look? He does come out. He's not going to make the move though. He's going to try and get CMP to focus more on his back than he is front.
Can we quickly check the tires of 2nd and 3rd place?
Yeah, let's have a little look through. Sorry, so okay. VX is just doing VX things with a 3-second lead at the moment to Keelan in 2nd place on the mediums. The hards look about the same. Yeah, we go through. Let's jump down to Kapil, and Kapil's tyres look very good at the moment, very healthy, even though he's defending like absolute mad. His tyres do look the healthiest.
Kapil is a very good tyre saver. Anybody who's raced him in Group 3 knows that.
Then we've got Owen's tyres, which are on the mediums, and again they're so getting quite used. I'd probably say they've got, another 4 laps? 5 laps?
Yeah.
Then Pyro's tyres are actually doing quite well. He's in a very good, strong position. He's dropped a little bit behind his teammate, but he's going to be fighting off that Castrol of Gills soon. Speaking of Gills, his tyres look a lot better, and so does Roblox. And something we did miss was Fracas getting past Vidvir. So Fracas is now through. Vidvir is now down to 11th. Hurricane it was the wrong way around. It was Roblox getting past Fracas. Beg your pardon.
Yes.
Hurricane's tyres looking quite good. Monty's a good driver. I've driven with him for the past couple of seasons, but he does go through tyres. I will admit that he is quite hard on his tyres, so it will be interesting to watch him. As we got Mike, who's unfortunately all the way down in last, and his tyres after coming up 5 laps aren't looking too great. But back to the front, let's try and find you guys a little bit of action to watch.
Yeah, Matej actually closing in on Callan here, potentially a move.
So let's jump on this for the battle for P2 as we got Falcon versus Castrol, if I'm pronouncing this correctly. If I'm not, oops. Anyway,
Owen also managed to overtake CMP in the meantime.
Oh, he did. That's a good spot. So Owen finally got him past CMP. I think it might have just been a couple of corners ago.
Yep. Could have been a turn 1 overtake.
It could have been. So CMP trying to chase down Owen, trying to reclaim that 5th position. I don't think he's quite able to make it work through here. Owen gets a little wide, touches the grass. It's going to allow CMP up along the outside, then now side by side going up the hill. I think he's going to try and do a sweep around the outside. Owen gives him a little nudge. Owen just about gives him spaces. Owen keeps the position just about by the skin of his teeth. Let's jump on board with CMP and let's see what he does. Owen defending the inside line, forcing CMP around the outside. Let's see what happens. Does he look for the switchback? He's going to try and get it. Owen's gone a little too wide on the exit of 1. Again, going to defend the inside, puts Carl right down the middle.
Yeah, Owen's mediums are very worn right now, and it's probably the crossover point where the hards are faster.
They're pretty much done as CMP's pushing him, giving all those nudges, and here comes Pyro. Pyro, going the wrong way. Sorry about that. Here comes Pyro. He's now getting caught into this as well.
This is pretty much helping every team that is fighting against Alpine Stars. It's putting one of their 2 best drivers in the meat pack, fighting and scrapping with everybody.
It is. Sorry, I'm just going to interrupt you for a second as CMP goes movers. Owen gives him a little push, nearly off the edge of the track. Does he leave a little bit of space?
He does. Yeah, he has to.
He does, and CMP goes through, but Pyro's there. Pyro's in the slipstream of CMP, so let's see if he can stick with Alpine Star driver.
I will tell you, we need to keep an eye out on Owen because he may have picked up a penalty for crossing the white line.
Let's find out where he's come out.
It was very close if he did not.
Let's stick with him for just a second. I think he got away with that.
Yeah, he did. It was very close.
Owen onto the hards with just under half race distance. Well, 11 laps. Pardon me. Can't do math. 9 laps to go, so that's his pit stop done. He's going to try and undercut everybody. BX doing BX things and just disappearing. And we got the first of the 3 cholesterol drivers. Hard tyres just about to start dropping off soon, as he's in 2nd position. He's got TM in similar position, and his tyres are looking the best out of the top.
Yes.
Those 3 as those 2 go in. Those 2 seem to get in without any incident. So where does CMP? CMP comes in as well. So does Gil. So Roblox and Pyro stay out. Roblox is now going to have a little battle with Pyro. So let's see what happens as Roblox gets a late lunge up the inside. That's a beautiful move up the inside, but can Pyro get the switch back? I don't think he can. I think Roblox got that move done and dusted by the apex.
Yep, lost a bit of traction on the exit of turn 1 and couldn't get the switch back done.
Let's stay with these 2 for just a second before we scoot backwards. Pyro having a look. He has a look. I can't make anything work, so let's jump backwards as we got Vidvir with a half-second time penalty. So that's going to put him behind Hurricane. We then got Monty, who's on his tyres are dead, so we'll be expecting him to come in this lap. And here comes the net P2 on fresh tyres coming up to the back. Oh, this is going to get a bit sketchy. Go around the outside of Monty on dead tyres. That's a brave stuff as BX is in the pit, so we'll keep an eye on these 2 for a second. See where BX comes out in comparison to these 2 drivers. So we got a yellow flag. What's happened here?
Someone hit the wall on pit entry.
I have a feeling I know who it was.
Yeah.
I have a very strong feeling I know who it was.
It's very possible, yes.
And if my theory is correct, I want to double check this. If my theory is correct, he's potentially done it on his own, but more importantly, BX has got a 3.5 second lead at the moment to these 2, because these 2 are fighting, as the Falcon driver has a look up and late dive up the inside. That was a good move going through turn 2. Buckler's still there. He's going to stick his nose up the inside of the two left-handers coming up to the hairpin right-handers. They're still at it, still side by side. Does TM give him space? He does give him space, but...
And that was a good fight.
That was a good battle over the corners, very respectful between the drivers, but look, DMP's catching up.
Yep.
And Owen is behind. So Owen's pass and overtake has cost him 1.5 seconds and nearly 1.6 seconds. And he's got to do that pass again.
So Kerpel will go into an 11th lap on hard tires, which tells you how great of a job he has done on tire.
But there you go, there's his hard tyres. We're on lap 11. He's doing very consistent, similar times to all the drivers around him. And he's still going.
He will have a massive pace advantage once he goes on to the fresh mediums. But I'm assuming he will go on.
So he's already lapped Mike. Mike's already been in once, maybe. He's already come in for his pit stop, so he's going to still go around. So let's try and find ourselves a little battle. I think the closest battle at the moment is between Pirate and Gills. So let's stick on board as we got Owen in 6th, Gills in 7th. We got Pyro in 8th, who's looking for the switchback, not quite able to get it. Couldn't get the cars rotated as he wanted to. I'm just looking at the fuel usage as well. Pyro's and Gills' fuel usage is about the same, but Owen's is actually quite a bit higher.
Yeah, I think Pyro's overlapping the car while Owen is just shifting at the limiter.
These two drivers, Gills defending really, really well from Pyro, making Pyro's pass as difficult as possible.
Also, Matej, Callan, and Owen, all three of them have gone for hards once again, so they're doing 2 stints on the hard tires. Whereas Pyro has gone for the mediums after the hard tires, and BX obviously mediums as well.
Yeah, so Pyro can be one to watch for potential tyre drop-off as Gills is on the hards, so he can afford to battle with Pyro here, whereas Pyro can't really afford it at the moment. The way these tyres are dropping off, I don't think he can afford it.
Yeah, if you're on mediums, you need to get the move done as soon as possible.
He's trying, he keeps getting the rotation, but Gills is always in the way. He's always, at the moment, he's putting this car in the beautiful spots as Pyro just understeers a little bit going around these right-handers. That's not going to help you, mate. That's going to kill your tyres even more. And
I will tell you, I think Kerpel will go on softs because it's lap 13 for him and he's still out.
Let's jump on board. Let's see. So VX has got that gap down in a couple of laps from 12 seconds down to 8. Now BX is in the 09s and Capel is still in the 11s, so it's 2 seconds a lap slower.
Yeah, but Kerpel's race is more with Matej and Callan at this point, and if he goes on softs, he will have a couple of laps where he will have such a pace advantage. He will I think he will be around 4 to 5-ish seconds behind Matej once he leaves the pits.
I think you might be right. I think he's going to come out around about P5 if he pits right now.
Could be just ahead of Owen, something like that.
Let's stay with this battle for a minute, because this battle's now gone from 7th and 8th, from 6th to 9th. As Owen gets the corner just a little wrong, as he goes a little wide, as this is now allowing Gills to try and look for the attack. Let's jump on board with Gills. Let's see what he does. Owen defends to the inside. Gills has a look around the outside. Not quite able to make anything do there, and here comes Pyro. Pyro comes through. And then now side by side, you want to take this one, mate.
Let's see. Oh, who's joining the battle is Peachy. They're going to make it 3 wide into turn 1.
They are going to make it 3 wide into turn 1. Apologies, I was looking at the comment section of my phone, and Gills has been shown the dirt. And who else has been shown the dirt? Oh, it's Mike. Mike's just trying to get out the way, I think.
It was never going to work 3 wide into there.
No, it's not.
Yeah, that's unfortunate because Castro was scoring some good points with Shield up there.
They were, so now Owen has got 6th. Roblox has gained from that massively. He's now in 7th. Pyro's lost a little bit. He's lost out. He's still in 8th, really. He hasn't really gained anything apart from 2.5 seconds to Gills. Now,
And I will tell you,
crucially,
I will tell you something. Kerpel is not going on softs. He is no stopping this race.
I was just
Potentially,
about to mention
there are no
Capel.
tire rules. He is allowed to.
He can do this. So with 2 laps to go with 4.5 seconds gap, BX's tyres are still better than Capel's, but
They're better, but they will go off. And even if BX goes through, it's still P2. It's still very good points for him.
it's massive points for the Pentel team. Let's have a little look through. As we got Alpine Stars, and we got Falcon, then we got Castrol, and then we got Alpine Stars in 5th. So Alpine Stars looking at the most successful team at the moment. Potentially Penzel could be as well, because we got Owen and Roblox having a battle. Let's stay on board with this before we go through the rest of the grid. As we got the 2 Yokohama teammates having a Penzel vehicle as the meat in the sandwich.
Owen's tires may even die before the end of the race, to be honest.
Potentially, let's have a little look at Roblox's tyres. Yeah, they're much more healthier.
Yeah, Pizzi needs to get through, because the more he stays behind, the more he's at risk of getting overtaken by Pyro as well.
They are. Let's stick on board with Pyro for seconds. We've got Roblox going around the outside of Owen. Owen's always defending up the inside here, and it's most of the time gone his way.
Yep. It's such a long corner that you cannot really afford to go to the outside for the entirety of it.
No, he can't. I think he knows that, as he's now got a nose stuck at the inside.
Yeah.
Owen's shut that door down as Roblox goes around the outside, lunges it right around the outside, goes right to the left of the track, and I think the move's almost done. Very nearly as Owen gives him a little tap. I think it was more like a little kiss than anything, as Owen is now side by side with Roblox as they're going into the right-hander, and Owen keeps the position, so it's a good battle between these two so far. As Roblox gets a switch back on the second left-hander. Oh, careful, boys.
He may get it done here. Not quite. And we will have to go to the front, because they will have 1 lap to go, and BX has not caught up to Kerpel.
No, he hasn't.
That would be a strategy masterclass if he wins this. Switch back.
Right, so let's have a switch.
And he gets to move down
this time. He makes it work, so Roblox is now up to 6th position, as we got Owen down in 7th on dead hards, as we got Pyro in 8th on even worse mediums. So let's jump back forward on the final lap, as Capel's got a 1 second gap to Pyro.
And I think he has done just enough to win this race.
I think he has. He's kept very consistent looking at his times. Let's jump on board on the cinematic. Actually, let's have a little look. Is there anything else going on? I don't think there is. Let's jump back forward to the race lead. And I think PX has tried too much. His tyres, I think, are going to be gone. I don't think he's going to. It's too far back.
There's 1 corner left, but there's no chance.
So on this final, Capel, I initially thought he might drop off if he pits. And I was completely wrong. He no stops this race, does an absolutely fantastic job keeping up.
That was brilliant.
And he wins.
Brilliant.
And with BX in 2nd, as we got TM coming through in 3rd, as we got Killian, holding off CMP for 4th, with CMP in 5th. So it was a good day at the office for the Alpine Stars at the moment. We got Robot in 6th position. We got Gills in 7th, so Owen and Pyro's tyres have completely dropped off. Owen in 8th, Pyro just about holding on to 9th, with Hurricane in 10th. We got Fracas coming over the line in 11th. No, Vidfear, coming over the line in 11th. We then got Fracas in 12th. Monty just coming over the final couple of corners now. We haven't really had a look at these two drivers, unfortunately. Well, there goes Mike. Mike comes through to just about finish on the lead lap.
So with this, I can give you the updated standings right away. Penzile is leading by 1 point on Alpine Stars. It's 44 to 43 points. And then we
Right,
have Castrol on 31, we have Falcon on 30, and we have
just give me,
Yokohama on 18.
give me just a moment. I'll be back in a second.
Yes. So these are the current standings at the moment. But what a drive from Kerpel to no stop this race. Absolutely amazing. So, sorry, I was trying to get the standings once again for those who didn't hear me. Benzail is leading on 44, Alpine Stars is second on 43, Castrol is third on 31, Falcon is fourth at 30, and we have Yokohama in last at 18.
So, with that, yes, that is some time management. That's a. I'm just baffled.
It's absolutely
Really,
insane.
it goes to show the skill of some of the drivers out there, which some are tier 1, some tier 2, 3, 4, 5, you can name whichever tier. I mean, look at Vidvir. Vidvir is tier 5 this season? Yeah, I think he's tier 5 this season. And he's not doing too bad. He's
Yeah.
similar pace to Hurricane. And he's not too far off Pyro's pace either. So, watching the events and doing these events are actually quite fun to do and watch. Yes, Auto, that was the first race. You are very late. So, congratulations to Penzo and Kapil for winning round 1 of 3.
I will quickly restart the share play.
Yeah, well, actually, we got a little bit of time. Yeah, if you want to. We are just waiting on
Yeah, I think it's being
Pyro
reset
to.
right now.
There we go. I'm just waiting on Pyro to do a quick reset of the lobby and swap the lobby around to the second track for this evening. Now, whilst we're swapping over, the second track for this evening is going to be Kyoto Race Park in the Lexus RCF GT3 prototype. So, it's a car that a lot more of us, I think, are going to be familiar with, because if I'm right, that's the slower of the two GR3s?
Yeah, because we usually drive the 2017 model. This is one that we do not usually drive. And I've done a couple of laps today. It doesn't feel too bad handling wise, but it probably doesn't have the same pace as the other. The other is also incredibly good on fuel. So yeah, you cannot blame anybody for picking the 2017 over the 2016. This should be
So,
very harsh on fuel from what I understand.
so let's let these guys have a little warm-up session. Let's let these guys just adapt quickly as we got a lovely looking Penzel livery and Alpine style livery coming out. Excuse me. As we got Spin replacing Monty for this race. No, we have Monty in round 1. We got Spin in round 2.
And he
Speaking
will also
of
do round 3.
speaking of Spin, we
Yeah,
have had a spinner. It's not Spin himself, or themselves, shall I say? It's CMP. Very rare mistake from CMP, may I just say.
yeah, it is.
So we got Owen in the correct Yokohama racing livery this time, so we can actually identify which car it is. Where is everybody else? As we got Pyro in a slightly different colour, red and was that red and grey? As we have another spin from CMP.
I wonder if he has practiced at all. It's a very
That's
weird layout for Kyoto, which we normally do not use since this is the reverse layout, and it may take a little bit to get used to it. So if these are his first laps, it's going to be a nightmare.
Let's stick on board with CMP for a bit. Actually, let's see if
Yep.
he keeps all four wheels going in the correct direction and same direction for a bit. So, going around this circuit, we'll actually stick on board with CMP for a bit, so we all get a gist of which way we're going. These are some fast corners, especially going by that uphill where they go quick, let alone coming down. As we got a tricky last corner, long right hander as we go down the start finish straight. So stick with CMP, like I said, we'll see what happens. Considering CMP's had a couple of spins, I'm not too concerned with the tyre wear at the moment. Speaking of tyre wear, Jesus, who was that? That was
Shield with not. I think the problem is that the pit entry is designed for the other layout, so it's not as good as a pit exit.
No. So as we go the other way around, we go through turn 2 and now going up the hill, through turn 3 up the hill. The fracas nicely getting out of the way as we go around the long right-hander of turn 4. Easy to get wrong going the other way because you're carrying so much speed. Turn 5 down, long left-hander downhill. Into turn 6 into a very tricky 7 and 8 here. Easy to potentially get it wrong and fire it off into the wall, which we might see some of. We now climb the hill here into 8, I believe it's 8, and then going around the long right-hander of turn 9. This might be one of those corners again where we just need to keep an eye on the front left tyre there for extra.
And this section gets very scary at the speed that we drive it on the reverse layout.
Let's stick on board with CMP. Let's see how committed he is. He's very committed as he comes down the hill. As we now come into the final right-hander to complete the laps. This is the track where that's the layout, so everyone's familiar.
And I want to point this out. We have done 2 laps and we have used 30-35% of the fuel. So this is definitely going to be a fuel determined race.
I was just about to come on to that. So the qualifying for this is going to be reverse grid from race 1 results. So this is going to mean that where is he? Our race winner from the last race is going to be all the way down in 14th.
We should answer to Pyro actually.
Yeah, we can. Go on, mate. What we'll do is we'll reset.
Okay, you need to press start soon.
Yeah, sorry. So.
Yes, Mike will be on pole. Yes.
So, everyone is familiar and ready. We have got 13 laps this race with a reverse grid from race 1. We've got 5 times tyre wear, so what we're going to be using for the feature races in the next season coming up. And we've got 8 times fuel. Hence why we are experiencing higher fuel usage. Hence why we're experiencing higher fuel usage than we are accustomed to. So we are on the grid with 5 black lights at the moment. Everybody must use the mediums at some point. That's the only tyre rules at the moment. So I'm going to have a quick look through. Everybody's on the mediums. 4, 5 red lights. Rev's doing a shorter hold this time, and away we go as Mike gets away quite well. Spin's still there. Everybody's not really gained any positions at the moment. Potentially further at the back as Mike completely misses his apex.
There was carnage already.
There's a bit of carnage at the back. Who's that going off? I don't know. It's going to be really hard to tell. There's massive carnage going on back here. It's
Oh,
CMP
Pyro
and
and
Pyro.
CMP.
Oh, yeah.
I
Jotunheimer's going to struggle this one as we still got carnage going further forward.
I believe Pyro was spun by a Falcon car and CMP was just caught by the mass.
As we got another one off.
It's a
Who's that?
Castrol car, I believe.
As we
Yep,
got
it's
Mike
Mike.
off, so
Yep.
our provisional poll is going to be off. Let's see what Ross is saying. Sometimes with the live, it's going to be quite tricky to keep an eye on everything. We'll do our best as we'll stick with the main fights at this moment. As we got Fracas at 4th, we got Roblox in 5th, we got Gills, I think the highest Castrol in 6th, and the moment with TM going up the inside on this long right hander, so is Keelan as well. As we got Hurricane sniffing through the inside as well.
Yeah, I think Shield wanted to like Callum by, and as a result, Hurricane got alongside.
Yes, this is we'll stick on board at the back through here as we got the two Falcons now in 5th and 6th, and we've got our Penzo in 4th and one in 3rd. So we got TM going up the inside on the final corner. That's a bit of argy-bargy in this, but he's made it work. Go backwards for a second. Fracas going up the inside of Keelan. We got Gills in 8th, and we've got Hurricane in 9th. Who's just behind Hurricane? We got Kapil, our last race winner, in 10th, with BX looking around the inside in 11th. Let's jump forward to this camera angle here as we got Fracas has nearly lost it and got sent himself into a wall, and I think that's Mike facing the wrong way.
Yeah.
Let's have a very quick look. It is Mike. Let's leave it there as we got Spin in first. We got Owen very much chasing him down in second place. So we got a fight for the lead, but at the moment I'm more interested in back here. This is where the pack is. We'll keep an eye on that gap at the front. Probably jump on board every now and again as Owen gets really close. I want to follow this through here though because TM is now in 3rd. We got past both the Penzels, and now Keelan is going to try and get past Roblox. He does, going up the hill. Let's see what these guys do as Roblox is showing the very wide line as he comes in. Vidvir not quite getting the line he wants to. I think he's a bit tentative going around there, and this allows Roblox back up past Keelan. So Roblox takes 5th position again. Let's jump backwards just a second.
So that's a harsh penalty. That should have been picked up at the chicane.
That's going to affect his race massively. This is going to put him way down at the back of this pack. Looking a little further back, we got Kapil still in 10th. We got BX still in 11th, but probably not for long. We'll jump on this cam here. There goes the penalty of Hurricane. So Hurricane goes all the way back down into 12th. BX tries to go around the outside of Kapil. That doesn't work. Kapil nearly taking out Fracas. BX looking for the switch back. I think he makes it work finally.
Yep.
And he does. He does make this work. So we'll jump forward a couple of cars.
I think BX is immediately going for the position on Fracas.
Oh, Vidvir getting all sorts of wrong. Nearly collecting Killian. And here comes BX. And BX goes past and says, "Thank you very much. I'll take that."
BX up 3 positions in pretty much half a lap.
Oh, and Ian's got damages. This is now Kapil and Fracas to go 3 wide through the left-hander downhill, and this is allowing CMP to catch up from the first lap incident as well. CMP goes through. Keelan is... Oh, what's going on here, lads?
That's not a good line.
That's Fracas is off. Fracas is off. He's potentially going to collect... Oh, that was close to collecting Pyro. So Pyro now up to 12th. Hurricane up to 11th. Callan down to 10th, CMP up to 9th, Kapil up to 8th, being our last race winner. Gills down to 7th, BX up to 6th, Vidvir in 5th, still I can't remember exactly where he started, but under serious pressure from BX, going down the hill side by side, not quite side by side. Let's jump on board with BX and let's see what he can do going into the final corner. He's a lunge up the inside. That's a very good move from BX. As we go.
Spin must have made a mistake because he lost 2 positions.
Oh, he might have just been overtaken.
That was something. The Alpine Stars guys are all doing a very good job on fuel. I've had a quick look. So they may have been talking about fuel strategy and have a leg up on every other team.
Potentially, as we got Owen and Yokohama in first position, doing well at the moment. Just about outside of slipstream range of TM, who's in second. We've got Spin in third. We've got Robox in fourth. We've got BX in fifth. Starting to try and reel him in. We've got Vidvir in sixth. We've got Kapil in seventh. So Penzel holding a good chunk of positions at the moment. With CMP trying to make up from lap 1 in eighth. With Killian in ninth. So whilst I've got the opportunity, and I can catch my breath.
Yep, go ahead. CMP getting through Vidvir in the meantime.
So, CMP getting Vidvir, I just missed that because I was checking the
And I
comments.
think Kellen did as well, yes.
So, Kellen now going down the hill as we jump forward to Roblox, and BX is now caught up to the back of Roblox. Let's see if he can make a move going into turn 1. As we go further up ahead, who's that in the background? As Kapil gets it all sorts of wrong in the background, Spin goes up the inside of TM. This team's got a half-second time penalty. This is going to help Owen even more extend his lead, potentially up a little higher because these two are battling. Spin keeps the spot. So Spin doing a good job at the moment to keep the spot, but doesn't get those two quite right as defends the inside from TM. And going around the outside. Do they leave space? They do leave some space. Let's stick with this for just a moment. Goes through the second chicane cleanly.
And he gets a good run on the exit.
He does get a good run. So Spin holding the inside line for this kink, and then TM holding the inside line for the long right hand. He really want to be too far on the outside here.
He's trying to fight it.
He's kind of making it work. His
that was actually a very good move to keeping it around the outside there.
That was as we go side by side down the hill, and TM gives in and he tucks right into the back of Spin. Spin's tyres a lot better actually than TM's at the moment. TM's got that half-second time penalty to serve, so this will save Spin a little bit. I don't think it's going to save him much at the moment, as he does a lovely switchback.
He will get a little bit of a break from this fighting.
He will, as BX goes a little wide in the background. I just spotted as we got blue flags for Mike. It's been lap 6 and we are lapping Mike, which is unfortunate because that's our pub sitter. So, we're half race distance. Tyres are looking good. I reckon, lap 9 people are going to start looking at coming in?
If you have to pit for fuel anyway, you may as well pit midway through the race, and that's Mike spinning again.
He gets all sorts of wrong, and then he collects the 2 drivers, and then he collects Kapil as well. And he does collect. Who does he?
I think Mike and Ghosty then Kellen got collected.
Oh no, is it Kellen? He collects Vidvir on the region. Oh, that's not what Castrol wants at all.
That's so unfortunate for them.
It's really unfortunate as we got
CMP spinning out.
That's a really rare mistake. As he rejoins a lot better. He's still on the grass. So he's
still struggling a bit.
Still struggling a little bit. As we got the car behind.
I think someone else spun.
It's
Mike, yeah.
So a couple of these drivers struggling a little bit. Pyro now up to 10th.
Well, that was an eventful lap.
It was eventful a couple of corners. I wish we had a replay because I'd love to go back and watch this replay.
Owen is spitting it. Yeah, Owen's spitting. He's completely out of fuel.
Yeah, Owen's
look at the difference in fuel between Matej and Owen.
Yeah. So let's stick. So Killian's got better fuel than Vidvir. Vidvir's got to come in.
Cartel on 21, so he's done a very good job, and I think BX has done even better than them.
Where's BX? BX is a bit higher up, so let's join up with BX.
He has plenty of fuel considering he's going one lap longer.
So these two drivers are doing really well on fuel management. So's Roadblocks, so's Killian, so's Hurricane. Now, net race leader on to the mediums. So this is more on about everyone's got to use mediums. I think everyone's using mediums anyway.
Yeah.
Now, interestingly, Owen went for more fuel than TM. TM's gone for a little bit less fuel.
Yeah, because Owen used the entirety of his tank to do 6 laps, so he needs 100% to do 7 laps. Meanwhile, Matej still had probably an entire lap, and he decided to pit to get a bit of an undercut on the other guys.
Yeah, so Capil comes out with a full tank of fuel. Let's jump back forward and see if I can find ourselves a battle to follow. I don't think there is any.
Matej is very close.
This is the closest. So Owen's had a terrible outlap. He's lost about 7-8 tenths of a second this lap alone. So we'll stay on board with Owen for a minute. Spin comes in.
No, that's a very good run that he gets.
It's a lovely run. He seems to get the run out on the major corners and is swooping around the outside going down the hill. That's very brave, very, very brave and fast stuff there. So good move from TM.
The thing is, when you manage to do a better job on fuel, it also means that you...
Hurricane and Kellyan on 1. So those two are burned through the tank in 7 laps. Sorry, I interrupted you. Carry on.
Yeah, no worries. When you do such a better job on fuel, it also means that you have obviously to refuel less. It means that you're running on a lighter car for pretty much the entire stint, which gives you more performance, gives you less tire wear. And we're probably seeing that advantage right now because Owen had a big pace advantage in the first stint, and we're not seeing that right now.
No, but he's not disappearing either. He's staying there, he's sticking with them. Yep. So Owen, very much in striking distance. As we got Spin, who's about 3 seconds behind, and we've got BX, who's about 3 seconds behind him, only just coming out in front of Roblox. So,
Roblox put a lot less fuel compared to BX.
I think he stopped a lap earlier.
Yeah, but BX has a lot less fuel in general. Like, you would expect them to be kind of equal if they're both going to the end. I wonder if BX decided to refuel more and just push the car to the limit.
Potentially. So, let's stick with these guys for just a second. Owen's dropped back just a little bit. He's dropped 2 tenths of a second. TM seems to just love that final section. The final bit of the track as we've just gone through. And Spin slowly catching them up. Very slowly. We'll keep an eye on that front gap. There goes Spin. As he goes through as a lid wide. Here comes BX. With Roblox just behind him.
Obviously, these guys will have a tire advantage as long as the race goes on.
They will. As we've dropped back just a little bit. It's a lovely camera angle there. Because we've got Pyro who's made his stop as well. He's in 8th position, so good spot from him. I just spotted something, sorry, in the mini-map. Owen's caught right back up again. So Owen seems to be stronger on the first couple of corners, and sort of like the first sector or two.
Yep.
And then the third and fourth sector seems to be more sort of TM's strong suit.
The first couple of sectors are lower pace, lower speed. Maybe he has more confidence on traction, and that's where he manages to gain time.
Maybe that, and maybe on the brakes as well. These cars are really riding the curves as TM gets caught on the cross just a little bit. That's not going to help him too much. Although he does build a little bit of a gap. Just a little gap. So we'll stick on these two drivers just another second because TM's just starting to pull a little bit of a gap now. I think the 38 going down there is quite tricky to follow another driver, so let's jump back through the grid. So we've got Spin that's dropping off a little bit now. I think Spin's going to settle for 3rd position. BX is now coming through and he's slowly catching up with his teammates. We've got Roblox who's dropping off pace just a little bit.
I think BX is on a very good lap now. Yep, fastest lap just now.
Yeah, I thought 34.2, really solid quick lap as we got on the second pencil driver in 6th position. As we got,
The top two are once again extremely close.
yeah, they are. As we got the Castrol driver of Kellen in 7th position with Pyro in 8th, respectively. His teammate all the way up in 7th, so this could potentially be a good point haul. If Pyro can get himself up to 7th, this should be a very good point haul.
Yep.
For them, considering their first race. So we got Hurricane in 9th. We got Vidvit in 10th, rounding off the top 10. So we got CMPs in 11th.
I think he has just done another mistake because his last lap was a 40.7.
Yeah, so CMP not having the best of times in this car on this track at the moment.
So Spinas led BX through in 3rd, which is what you would expect.
So we got Gills in 12th. We got Fracas in 13th, and then unfortunately all the way back down a lap behind.
But that's
Almost
a very big penalty.
Oh, TM with a 2-second penalty. That's going to be massive. So it's going to let Owen through quite comfortably. Almost a second gap to Owen.
Yeah. And BX will be extremely close now.
He will be, as he just set another fastest lap of 1:33.9. So BX is on the charge. So we'll keep an eye on BX's position. I just want to have a quick look through the grid. So we've got Hurricane's got right up to Pyro. So what's happened to Pyro then? So I thought Pyro had a little bit more of a gap with Hurricane than that. And his times are about the same. I want to stay here for a second.
Yeah, BX is closing in a lot.
How comfortably. I'm just looking at that split time, and that split time's coming down very quickly.
Yep, and he has that massive tire advantage that we were talking about.
Huge. Look at TM's tires compared to BX's. There's a huge difference in tires.
If he gets through very quickly, he may as well catch Owen. I think he has the pace to do it.
Potentially. So, as we come down the hill, the final right before the final long right-hander on this lap, TM goes a little high, BX follows. They both come out to the edge of the track using everything and a little bit more as they go down the front straight. Let's jump on board with BX. Does he have a lunge up the inside? He does. He does have a look at the inside.
Mackay does go wide, so he will have a chance.
So Mateo holding his line, defending well. BX using all the track and a little bit more. His teammates 3.2 seconds back, so his teammates, it's just a straight fight between these two. But these two drivers are both catching up with Owen. So Mateo defends the inside through 6.
BX is setting up the exit here.
Yep. Gets a better exit than Mateo.
And he will have to defend here.
Well, does he defend? He does, and he allows BX up the inside, but Mateo does a good job holding it.
He's done a very good job during this lap.
Does. Mike's got him right out the way, so good job, Mike. Well done, Mike. Getting right out the way. Down the hill, right, left, and right again. BX seems to get a little bit more pace going down the hill. I just want to have a quick look at Mateo. Yeah, Mateo's tyres are done.
Yeah.
But BX is killing a lot of his tyre trying to get past him. So
Owen's tyres may be even worse.
Let's have a look. Owen's tyres are better, but not as good. So BX is now side by side with Mateo as it comes down to turn 1. BX gives him the room. Mateo's still there. Does he get the advantage? I think he does until he has a little squiggle like that. So they're now back to side by side. So BX has the inside line.
Yeah, and he doesn't fight it here. Oh, BX is a bit wide though.
BX is a bit wide. It's going to allow Matteo back up towards the outside. Does he try and outbreak it? Look for the switchback. Looks for the late apex. BX doing a fantastic job defending in its BX's position. But Matteo's not done. As we're on the 13th and final lap of this race, I don't think the pace is going to be enough to go and catch Owen as Matteo takes a little bit more curb than I think he should. And BX
Oh,
gets a
BX.
lock.
Oh,
Oh no! BX has a spin, but he recovers it really, really well. So BX has got a
I
real.
think he got helped by the hit. It
We'll
kind
have to.
of it kind of got transformed into a 360.
I think he might have just caught the edge of the curb as the edge of the curb drops to the grass. I
Yes.
think he just got caught on that. So this is now allowed TM back up into second, and we're going to join Owen going around the final corner for the final time with a pretty comfortable 4.5 second lead to P2. As we come around the final corner, come down the final straight as Owen takes victory at round 2. But tonight, as he pretty much runs out of fuel on the line. Matteo holds second, BX is in third. So we've got Spin running out of fuel on the line. We've got Roblox in fifth. We've got Capale coming down. Start finish straight to take sixth position. We got Kellen going up, start finish straight to take seventh. So a good recovery really from Kellen. We got Hurricane in eighth. What happened to Pyro as Pyro?
His
Oh
tires
no, that
just
wasn't
ran off.
Pyro. Sorry, apologies, that wasn't Pyro. That was Mike. Apologies, I thought that was Pyro for a second. As Pyro comes down, he start finish straight to take ninth position. We got Vidfit in 10th, we got Gills in 11th. So again, Pyro struggling a little bit. We got CMP in 12th, so CMP. Gills got CMP. We missed that. CMP
His
not
final
adding
laps were
points.
horrendous.
Yeah, as we got Fracas doing Fracas things, spinning it over the start finish line, and then we finished off with a glorious looking back of the overalls with Mike in 14th. I think we'll get rid of that shot so we don't get demonetized.
Yeah, exactly.
So for those living under a rock for the past 10-20 seconds of the stream, here are our finishing times. With the fastest lap belonging to BX by, from the looks of things, by a comfortable margin. By a very comfortable margin. So that is round 2 of 3 whilst they're setting up the lobby. Have you got
Yes,
the
I
result?
have I have the standings, and Alpine Stars goes into the lead with 86 points, followed by Pennzoil on 80, so only a 6 points gap into the final race, which will have double points. We have Falcon, which jumped to third with 65, so they're still quite close, 21 points. You can make them up. Yokohama goes to fourth with 51 because of the race win, and Castrol with 51 as well. Um, Rounds up the standings.
So Castro and Yokohama have really got to cut their work out to not be in last. I think Castro might just get the edge.
And they have the advantage because they have three drivers against two.
Yeah. But if they're anything like they've just raced, Pyro might be able to keep Gills behind. I think it's going to be between Gills and Pyro, in all honesty, because Colleen had a fantastic race. Owen's basically got to pull another one out of the bag like this to get really to sort of get clear.
I mean, we're going to race Group 1 cars, and we've already seen in the semifinals that the pace of the drivers that we usually see in Group 3 doesn't necessarily apply. So it will be an interesting one for sure. It should be a slightly longer race. Double points are on offer. There are multiple tire requirements, and there's a set grid that the drivers have decided before the event.
Sorry, I'm just reading through the chat. What do you mean my drinking game? I'm really sad my drinking game was quite dry for the first race. Hang on, what have I missed? I've missed something. Right, so we are here on the final track. In the final car, so this will be very interesting.
I'm guessing the drinking game referred to Pyro spinning out, which didn't happen in the first race.
Well, with any luck, these cars, I'm not sure if we're going to get many spins, but with any luck, Pyro doing Pyro things will spin.
Well,
Never know, just go into the next room and just keep pressing, just keep hold of his throttle as he's mid-corner. Maybe that might help.
Yeah. From what I've been told, they are very much on the edge under braking, so that may be where the danger lies for these corners, for these cars.
Yeah, you could take a shot every time I say not sure, because I seem to be saying I'm not sure quite a bit at the moment. I'll tell you what, let's make this interesting.
Yeah.
Oh, I'll definitely annoy him tomorrow. Definitely make it annoy him tomorrow. And also, now might be a good. Is it now a good time to announce it, or do we maybe wait a little bit about our special thing we've been working on for the past couple of weeks?
If you want to go on, we can announce it now. Put even more pressure on Pyro to not give us any further content tonight.
He probably won't be listening, but some people are aware. But I'm going to sort of say it out now. This wouldn't have happened without Viking. Let me put this straight out there now. This would not have happened without Viking stepping up and saying, "Yes, I'll do it."
Read the chat, please.
Oh God. Oh, Betty, you need to hang around more. You need to stick around a lot more. So no. Basically, because this is a joke, because Pyro rigged the entire rolling stream, the pick roll stream, he let slip when his birthday was. Now I remembered that, and as a little present, Pyro's it's a photo I will. So as a little present, I thought, as a way to thank Pyro, we'll do a video just about Pyro, his goods and his bads. Now, his good list, I'm not going to lie to you, is quite short. He's got 7 Drivers' Championships. He's got 7 Constructors, sorry, not a single Drivers' Championship. He's on the Hall of Fame records for like most races, most points, and still has not won a Drivers' Championship.
We have tried our best to find some goods to put in the video.
I have scoured all the way back to season 8. I looked through every single result sheet. I looked through a lot of comms videos. I've kind of not gonna lie to you, I've kind of had enough looking through old comms videos, trying to find something. To be fair to him, there are some good moves that have been laid out. But so we're planning, again, all thanks to Viking. This could not have happened without him. We're planning on doing a special video about Pyro, either on his birthday or just after. It will probably go up on your channel?
Yeah.
It'll go up on Viking's channel, and then we will send a link over. Do you want to? Just thinking.
I've told him on Discord. He's already aware.
Okay. So yeah, it's going to go up on Viking's channel. We will put a link up into the main Gran Turismo chat, It's a special video just about Pyro. Its goods and its bads. I need to record a little message at the start as CMP drifts majestically, may I just add.
And we will make sure to tag everybody.
Oh, we will. But yeah, that's what we got. That's what's happening. If anybody, like last minute, so right, we're going to start this off. I will finish off that conversation in just a second. Then we got a really, really close-up camera angle of CMP here. So we got CMP for we got three, 4, 5 red lights. And away we go as Kapil gets an okay. Excuse me, CMP gets an okay start. Kapil gets a better start. At the insiders, Mateo gets a little bit keen on the brakes. CMP's now gone first to 5th in one corner. And everybody's alive. That will probably go up to Stewart's.
Yeah, most likely, definitely.
It probably will, as Killian goes around the outside for P1, and so does BX. So Kapil's gone from P1 to P3. Who's that going up the inside? It's Vidfir is now getting stuck in as well. Vidfir going around the outside of CMP and TMP. I'm not quite going to make that work. CMP goes up to 4th. Might just take a moment to stick with this, and as we've got TM and CMP still battling it out. We now go down the hill to a long left-hander. The late apex is a better apex here. TM goes a little bit wider, try and carry a bit more speed. I think this lot have settled down a little bit. No, they haven't. Asking you shall receive, as they say, as Kapil is now under threat from CMP, and who's that up ahead? The PX had a little issue as well as we go around the slowest corner of the track. Kapil gets it all sorts wrong. TM's going to have a little look as we got CMP and BX up in the top 3.
Yeah, great start from Alpine Stars in general. That's what. Oh, CMP. No, BX is off. BX is off.
BX. What's happened here? There you go, Beth. There's a shot. You can have a shot on BX.
We did say that these cars were very much on the edge under braking, and I think that's exactly what happened.
So we got Vidvir in 5th, a very strong position for Vidvir. We got Kapil in 4th, a good strong position. We got TM in 3rd, CMP in 2nd, Killian in 1st. Let's jump backwards. So we got Hurricane in very interesting colour.
Can we take a moment to acknowledge the fact that was my very first commentator's curse? As I said, the great start from Alpine Stars BX spun off.
You've got to have your first at some point. You've got to pop your commentator's curse cherry at some point, and I think you've just done it.
Exactly.
So, back to commentary, we've got Owen attacking Hurricane at the moment, having a look around the outside. That's not going to work at that corner, as we're going to go around the long left hand. It's not long left hander, not really that long. Feels massive. As Owen now looks around the outside for the right hander, and he makes it work. Good job from him.
Using the banking to his advantage there.
He is, as Hurricane gets a little bit wide, so Spin takes advantage as well. So Hurricane's lost 2 positions.
Somebody spun behind.
What's happened here? I think Owen and Vidvir just had a moment together. Owen chasing down Vidvir for 5th position. Spin chasing down Owen for 6th. I'll have to keep an eye to this, but I want to go through the grid quickly and see where BX has landed. BX has now landed in 10th. We got Roblox in 11th, and we got Pyro in. Roblox in 10th, Pyro in 11th. Let's try that and actually make some sense. We got Fracas in 12th. We got Gills in 13th. At the moment, with Monk in 14th. So let's jump forward to the battles in something like. Aero said, "Hey Viking, what track is this?"
It's Village.
That's probably an inside joke I'm missing.
Yeah, because I asked him how to pronounce Alsace today. because I wasn't 100% sure. And it's France anyway, so I can say whatever I want, and there's no French people in here that can correct me.
That one person in the comment section is going to be like, there's me. So let's jump forward a little bit. Sorry, I'm too busy trying to multitask because Owen gets past Vidvir for 5th position, so it's a good job from Owen considering his teammate is in 11th. So Owen trying to bring Yokohama up to a good point as Vidvir tries to have another look. He's not going to make it work this time. So Owen just about keeping hold of 5th at the moment. We'll jump forward in a minute because CMP's up into 2nd position and Kapil is now down to 4th. So that's opened up a little bit. Kapil's open and comfortable 4th with Owen chasing him at the moment. TM is in 3rd. We've got a battle for 1st. We've got Castrol versus Alpine Star at the moment.
Can you check Callan's tires, please?
There we go, sorry.
Okay, so CNP is the only one of the top 3 on mediums at the moment.
He is. So, something I actually didn't get a chance to tell you about is the rules. So, 25 laps, obviously, as you guys can see. We've got 9 times tyre wear and 3 times fuel wear. So fuel's not really going to be a problem, it's going to be more of the tyres. And the only tyre rules, you must use mediums and hards for at least 5 laps each. So I think CMP is going to try and get rid of the mediums as early as possible.
Yeah, looking at the pace, the hard tires may be the tire that people want to use the most. I don't think they will use the softs, seeing how harsh the tire wear already is.
Yeah, I'm just looking at CMP's time. So CMP did a 39.2 purple, and Callie did a 39.8, which is his fastest lap. So we got TM that went a little bit wide in the hairpin. Let's stick on this hairpin for just a minute. Owen's catching. As we got BX gone through for Vidvir. So BX recovering well from his mistake, a very rare mistake. Coming up to the very corner. Stick with BX for just a moment.
Vidvir going for the move.
The inside, does he make it work? Not quite. But that's cost him though. That's cost him a lot of times a spin. There's no overtake on as Mike has left. I think Mike's just had enough.
Yeah.
So Mike unfortunately has left us and gone from 14 down to 13 drivers. We'll stick with this battle for a minute. Let's jump on board with spin to get us a bit of a better camera angle of what's going on. So spin on the medium tyres, doing a different line to the 2 drivers just ahead and trying to get on the inside of Vidvir. Vidvir going up the inside of BX. BX leaving him just about enough space. Not quite able to do it at that corner, unfortunately. Ooh, that's happens.
I think there's a bit of desync there.
Might have been a little bit of desync, you might be right, but Vidvir is now going to suffer a little bit because he's got dirt on his tyres.
Yeah.
Here comes Hurricane. Hurricane's going to have a look around the outside, not going to try that time. See whether they have a lunge up on the inside at the hairpin. No, he's not. He's going to back off and try and look at the exit at the slowest corner on the circuit. Vidvir doing a really good job defending that 8th position. Don't think anything's going to happen there. Let's jump back. Right, let's have a look. Let's watch Pyro for a minute. CMP comes in, so he's done his 5 laps on his mediums. He wants to get them off and go straight to and go onto the hards.
Yep.
Where does he's still in the pits. Spin does the same. CMP has come straight out, back on mediums. Okay. Interesting strategy, cool. So we've got Owen just ahead of CMP with Kapil in. Still chasing down Kapil.
Well,
What's
something
that
that
like?
we didn't mention, it is a very short pit lane because you can look at CMP, he left the pits like 9-10 seconds behind the leader. So it's an 8 seconds pit lane essentially. So if you want to do multiple stops, this is the race where you can afford to do them.
Maybe it's worth doing sort of 5, 10, like three sets of 5 laps on the mediums, maybe 4, and then finish off on the hards. But more importantly, Pyro has made an overtake without spinning or crashing. I think
Yeah,
it's one of the few times I've actually seen that happen, and it's going to be one of the last times.
that's a great
So
race that he is having. And
it
we
is.
cannot wait to see how it keeps going without any
Oh,
sort of
oh,
mistake. Oh, who was that? Speed?
oh, spin. Spin has
Living to
literally had a spin.
living up to his name.
That's a sort of compilation, yes, we will.
So
So
Matei is off the hards after 6 laps.
let's jump forward. Let's have a little look around. I think we're going to have to stick up with this group. We definitely will stay up with this group. As Mateo gets out just behind BX. It was side by side for a minute. As Owen is still chasing down Hale and Kelly. And I just want to point out, he's gone. He's peaced out. He's using all that leprechaun gold as energy to get himself out of that position. I mean, he's almost got a pit stop actually.
He may get a full pit stop by the end of the lap. Not on Kertel, but maybe on Owen and BX. Also, Matei was able to overcut CMP.
He was, because he is battling Vidvir at the moment. That's a very good shout. So
And they are a good 6 seconds behind, so maybe something has happened here.
maybe as CP looks for the switch back on Vidvir, he's going to make that work. Not quite. Vidvir's doing a fantastic job of defending. A little bit further back, we've got Hurricane versus Pyro as well, so I want to keep an eye out for this because, as I say that as CMP goes up the inside and gets past Vidvir. So good overtake from CMP. Looking at trying to push on now. I think, did he spin out or something? Because I thought he was a bit higher up than this.
He should have definitely been very close to Matei, if not in front. So something has happened there.
So Callan is in. And
Oh, Pyro.
interested Pyro. Jesus, mate. Who's that came in? Vidvid's come in. Pyro's come in. So Hurricane's staying out. VX has gone in and he's come up behind Owen, or right behind Owen. Owen's come out half a second behind Capel. So Kellen has stayed out and he's Kellen's come in, fresh mediums, and he's just about ahead of TM. So Kellen's done a fantastic job of maintaining his lead. Now, crucially, he's almost got a free pit stop to CMP.
Yeah, and he will have the tire advantage with Group 1 cars. A very mid-speed, high-speed corners track will be a big advantage as the laps go by.
So we're going to stay on board in this sort of area at the moment. We're going to follow BX for just a minute because there's a battle between Alpine Star and Yokoham. Sorry if I can pronounce the name correctly. I can't really. It seems to be like I'm drinking too much. We've got BX and Owen having a little battle at the moment. Owen, they've hit at the same time. Owen's got a little bit more fuel than BX at the moment, so he can probably
They look extremely close, to be honest.
Jump back on board because the camera angles here are not that good. So we'll jump on board with BX down the start fence straight, going up the hill to turn 1. As Owen turns in a little bit earlier, DX turns in a little later, trying to get the better exit. Don't think it's worked this time. Well, it's not worked as well. So we've got Owen chasing down Killian. Oh, not Killian, Capil, sorry. I'm looking at the wrong car. He's doing a lot better. Aero can't seem to switch on these tyres at the moment. The gap between these drivers are all about the same, really.
The top two are extremely close to each other.
Let's jump over and let's have a little look. It's about the same sort of gap
Yep.
as when we left it. CMP's in his own little world. He's slowly catching up, though. And then we've got this battle here, so BX has dropped off just a little bit.
He's trying a different line to set up the exit here.
He is, and it's nearly worked as he goes right out to the pit wall and uses a little bit more than I think he was anticipating. He's caught right back up again. Trying to use the overspeed to catch back up and maybe offset Owen. But as we go through these final couple of corners, we'll have a little look further back. That's what's going on further back. Let's have a little look. We've got Spin in 7th, Hurricane in 8th, we've got Vidvir in 9th, with Pyro in 10th. Having just made his stop from the looks of things as well. Who's that? We got Hurricane in.
He was the final one that didn't pit yet, I believe.
So we've got about 9 or 10 lap range on the hards then.
And he goes on mediums.
Let's jump back through and let's find this battle again. Here we go. We'll stick with these guys for a little bit. I think this is going to be where the main fight is. He's managed to ditch Owen a little bit, so Owen might have had a little bit of a mistake or a problem going through from where we left him. So PX is going to try and capitalise on this, trying different lines. As Owen gets a little unsettled on the entry, PX is going to try and capitalise on this. He can't quite get his nose up the inside here. He's going to try a different line. It's going to work for him. I think it is going to work for him as he goes up the inside as we go over the start finish line, so he gets the move done. So good move from BX. He's not quite done yet. He's going to try. He's not going to.
And these three are catching up to CMP, who's on way worse tires at the moment.
Now let's jump forward. There he is. He's just a little ahead. So CMP's dropped off.
He may pit 1 second. Yeah, there you go.
He will. The CMP coming in. So now this is going to allow Kellen to have a free pit stop. Effectively. So he's going to maintain the lead. And he's probably going to be a very, very big contender for the lead of this race and potentially the victory of this race. It was a fantastic overtake from BX, wasn't it, Ross?
It was.
Right, so these guys aren't really having a battle too much at the moment. CMP's come out in 6th. Nice. Can't do 6th.
And he's back on the mediums, so you could expect him to go up to lap 15 and maybe then go to the hards to the end.
We then got Vidvit in 7th, we got Aero in 8th, we got Robots in 9th, we got Spin in 10th, who's just come out, we got Hurricane in 11th, again just coming out as well, we got Fracas in 12th, and we got Gills who's just pitted, and just coming out from the pit stop. Let's look through the grid and see what we can find. I really want Pyro to catch up and have a little battle here. Just to add a little bit extra pressure, because we can. I'm not going to be able to get the chance to character build over the next season, but we'll see what we can do. Now, where does TM come out? So you mentioned this is a very short. There he goes. So he stays in 2nd position, just about stays in 2nd. Capil's and BX's tyres are about the same. Capel got a better line going through one. Here comes
BX is
BX.
going
BX.
for it.
Let's go for it. It's going up the inside. And it's a lovely move. Leaves the space to Capel. Capel still up the inside. They're side by side. Going around the right hand and now going into the left. And I think BX. Yeah, BX has got it. Capel's going to have to concede that and try and re-attack. But Owen's here. Owen's very much not dropped out of this. He's going to try and follow BX through if he can. Now, Owen's tyres are about the same as Capel's, which are about the same as BX's. So these three drivers are pretty much all
On the same start. Yep.
Ooh, that's not quite going to work there. Capel going wider to try and carry the speed, and Owen trying to take the opportunity and stick his nose up the inside. Not quite going to work that time. Whilst these guys are fighting, TM's managed to make a 2-second gap pretty much to BX, and he's now eating into Kellen's.
And I believe he managed. I think he will undercut Kellen here. 7 seconds should be enough to be in
front. Stay and stick with this for a minute. He has. He has quite comfortably. Is he putting fuel in?
Yeah, he is. So he's going for a longer stint, potentially on hard tires. Nope, still mediums.
So the race leader, the potential race net leader is in 6th position. Let's keep an eye on him.
So Kellen's strategy should be straightforward now because he has done two stints of 6 lap seats on mediums. He's probably doing the same, which goes to lap 18, and then it's 7 laps on hards to go to the end.
Should be a reasonably simple. Yeah, should be reasonably simple. It's about 9-10 seconds to the leader at the moment. So if he can close that gap up just a little bit, that would be ideal for him.
He probably has more fuel on board than Mattei at the moment. He does.
Comfortably loads more. I think he's gone for the fuel stop now, so he doesn't have to do it later in the race.
It may be a race where Mattei has another 2 stops to do while Kellen only has 1.
Unless Matteo's going to do a couple of litres here, a couple of litres there, so he just keeps topping it up just a little bit, like by a little bit. So I want to stick back here because, okay, never mind, I was going to say there's a battle, but there isn't. There's a pit stop battle, so we've got all 3 drivers in pretty much on the same. Owen's best out of the 3. And this is going to allow Kellen, it's going to be sort of ideal, because he's now not having to fight through traffic. He's got clean air ahead of him. He can just settle back into a rhythm again and start chasing down the first 2 positions. Now, crucially, Owen has jumped.
Oh. Yep.
Oh, that's not going to work. I was going to say Owen had jumped Capel, but oof,
that's not a great rejoin.
That was not a good rejoin at all. And let's jump back as Aero's gotten past Vidver. I think we might have just missed that.
That was not the Yokohama car that we expected to face the wrong way.
No, it's not. I was literally just about to say Owen has jumped Capel in the pits. And this is exactly what they need, but he clearly proved me wrong. So, Aero chasing down Hurricane in that orange Falcon car, which is the incorrect livery, but it's a nice looking livery anyway.
It is, yes.
As we got Owen trying to now catch up to spin and make up for his mistakes as Capel as well. As Capel comes out that corner slow as they go up the hill, coming up now down the hill to the left under this inflatable thing side by side. Does Owen get the advantage? He does get the advantage on the brakes. So Owen's kind of made up a little bit. I think he just got lucky, being honest.
Yep. And this looks extremely good for Alpine Stars in the standings. They're running second, fourth, and fifth. And on double points, you just cannot contest that.
No.
The other teams need something to happen to duel three of them, pretty much.
So let's jump through the grid and see if anything's going on. I think this might be Pyro's time to shine at the moment. So Pyro going around the outside of Hurricane. They are side by side. They're over the side by side now. Pyro's kind of done the job. He has done the job. We've got the right hander coming up. And he is through cleanly.
And that's a very good move.
Hurricane had one job and he failed to do it. So, unfortunately, Bert, your shot is not going to come your direction this time. Pyro can actually drive. He can keep four wheels on the road at one time. So Pyro is up to 8th position with 10 laps to go. So Hurricane's on dead tyres with it on much pressure with a huge
There is
snap.
someone facing the wrong way at turn 2. It was Shield. Yep.
Probably back there it goes. So CMP is in the pits. This promotes VX up to 3rd position. And he's chasing down Kellen. Starting to chase him down. His TM's now got a 12.5 second gap.
He should be beating this lap.
It should be. So just looking at the times, he is going a little bit quicker. So we'll have to keep an eye on that. We'll just have a lip skip through and find a battle. Here is a battle. Here we go. We'll watch this.
Ooh, that's close.
It's a very close. You don't really want to be passing there, but you do want to do a pass here. Does he leave you the space? He just about leaves enough space. As Hurricane loses out the position to Vidvir, with Roblox just behind him. So, Hurricane, Vidvir gets a really bad exit, and Hurricane gets a really good exit. So Hurricane's going to try and get back at Vidvir and go for that 8th position. He gets the inside line. As they're still side by side going up the inside. Around the outside, he's going to use the bank into his advantage. He's not going quite on Roblox. Says thank you very much, I'll have that. And goes straight up the inside. So here comes TM. I'm going to jump forward. I want to see where TM comes out in comparison to Kellen.
You will have to refuel a fair bit here. Okay, so he's going for a final medium stint, but it's going to have to be very short. He's going to have to do like 3 or 4 laps on mediums, because there is still a 5-lap hard tire requirement.
Yeah, he has to go. So, you think Kellen's going to come in this lap for the hards?
This one or the next, I don't remember exactly. He will also not have really too much to refuel. I think he overfueled a little bit in the previous stop.
Right, so catching up with the comment section, I look back up and BX is all over the back of Kellen with TM not exactly far behind, so this isn't the way Kellen wanted his race to go. You probably want a little bit more of a gap than this, but he'll have to make do with what he's got. BX using his special line loses time, and it hasn't worked for him this time.
Yeah, that said, BX is back in the fight for the win, because it's probably on the same strategy as Kellen. So they're fighting for position right now.
The RMPX has got a beautiful drive as we go up the hill. There is nothing in it. BX is sniffing a bit of Kellen's exhaust pipe and a little bit more. No move will be done going down the hill as we come around the final corner, and here comes TM. So TM is very much stuck in this as well, so this could be TM's race to win.
He has to get through and make the most out of this medium stint.
As he goes on the inside of BX just about sees he's there. gives him the space, and unfortunately not going to work that time around. Looking further down the stands, Pyro is P7th, with Vidvit in 8th, Kapil in 9th. Pyro needs to really get past Kapil to really make a difference.
Let's try for a move here. You do want the outside line for these longer corners, though, in a Group 1 car.
So there is less than half a second splitting all three of these cars at the moment. So TM going for the higher line on BX. BX is going to shut their door very firmly in his face. Excuse me as I take a quick drink as BX
Yep,
not quite able to make that work on Kellen, but TM's going to try and make it work on BX as he goes up the inside on this kink and stays to ride to allow BX room for the hairpin.
He will have the better exit, and he gets
Well,
it done.
BX conceding second position, and TM is now going to start trying to battle Kellen for first. Now, bear in mind, I think both these drivers, as he has a look up the inside, does he make it work? I think he does. He does, as BX is going to try and follow suit.
Yep, they have to be at the same time. Yep.
Yeah. BX is going to have fuel, so BX is going to lose out. Kellen's going to put hard tyres on, so I think TM has to put hard tyres on, doesn't he?
Yes, he has, but he will do another 2 laps on mediums, and then do only 5 laps on hards. So he has to maximize these 2 laps that he will do, because he will gain so much time on the mediums.
He will. CMP has to do the hards as well, doesn't he, if I'm correct?
Yeah, because he started on mediums as well.
So 14.8 seconds to P1. But Kellen's gone into mediums.
Kellen started on hards, and Matei as well. Yeah, because they were in a fight with CMP, and CMP was the only one on mediums. So they've already used the hard tire.
Yeah, so Kellen's done then for pit stops. That's it. That's him done. Now Pyro has got no fuel, no tyres, so he's not going to be able to capitalise on trying to catch Kellen, and BX is catching Pyro quite quickly. So is BX actually going to do the gentlemanly thing, and the thing that everybody is after, and give Pyro just a little push? This might happen here. No, it's not going to happen here. Although Pyro might do it himself. He's been known to do things himself. Let's see, as we go up the hill, BX is all over the back of Pyro. Pyro's losing so much time. Do now go down the hill, hard on the brakes. BX gives him a little push, emphasising, hoping for a little bit more of a push in the honesty.
And Pyro pits.
And Pyro pits. We have 2 litres left. Fair play, mate. So, where does that bring him out? Let's keep an eye out. So Owen goes through in 5th position, Spin is in 6th, Kapil's in 7th. Pyro comes out. Yeah, Pyro comes out. And he's behaving. I've never seen Pyro behave so well. So, Pyro with the fresher tyres, Dan Kapil definitely a lap from younger tyres, is going to try and chase down that P7 spot.
Yep, I think we're starting to see the drivers that are going to the end and do not have to stop anymore. Kellen should be the first one not to stop anymore.
Let me try and find a... I was going to try and find a battle, but that was well saved. Got into that at the correct time. Well done. Now, TM's got damage.
Yep. Could have been on that left-hander uphill, which is quite tricky.
And he goes on.
Probably may have been worth the pit there. Just to make sure that the damage fixed itself.
It would have been, because CMP's now pitted. So CMP's going to come up behind Keelan. So Keelan's 14 seconds back. TM's
What
gonna
was Matei's last lap in terms of time?
140.
Yeah, he dropped around 2 seconds to
Oh, that's not gonna
Kellen, who
help you.
went off.
That's not gonna help you at all. That's gonna cost you a lot of time. So with 4 laps left to go, I think TM's going to have this in the bag. I mean, he does have to put some fuel in, but not a great deal amount. You can't be making too many more of those mistakes because BX is right there with CMP very, very close behind him.
Yeah, I think Matei should be able to rejoin in the lead.
So, Pyro's caught all the way up to Capel. So Capel's last lap was a 139, so it was a quick lap from him, but I think he might have had a slight mistake early on, but we have to wait and see. So can Pyro get up into 6th position? Let's keep an eye out. I'm going to jump between this and the battle for 2nd.
We should see him. Yeah, he's definitely going in now.
Yeah, you've got to. You've got no fuel left. So I'm going to stay on board with Kellen. So I want to see where he comes out in relation to.
Yeah, he should be in front. Actually, no.
Not
very
quite.
close.
But TM's got tyre advantage. He's got much younger and completely fresh tyres. So Kellen's now got effectively 3 laps of defending like mad from a driver with fresh tyres and a driver with pretty much the same tyre compound.
Matei goes for it straight away.
Yeah. This could be anyone's race here. So this will be something that we very much focus on. I want to jump back for a second and see if Pyro's catching. He is starting to catch. Much crap as I give Pyro, I like the guy. He's a very good driver, very, very nice guy.
Yeah, he's done very well in the Group 1. And he's been keeping up with the Tier 1 driver. He's even catching up to him.
Yeah. As much character building as I give him, I do want to give him some good sheds of light.
Yes.
Like I said at the start, his good bits list is short. I want to give him something else to add to it.
Something may have happened to BX.
Oh, what's happened? Oh, yeah, you're right. Something's happened to BX. Good spot.
Probably spun on the long bank corner.
Probably we might have to find that out a little bit as the switchback potentially is going on between Pyro and Capel. So Capel just about keeps his spot at the moment. Pyro's all over the back of him. Capel's tyres is a lot worse than Pyro's. To stay on board with Pyro's. Pyro looks around the outside, which will then turn the inside. It's not going to work this time.
Let me quickly address the chat. They asked if Matei has already done his hard stint, and yes, both him and Kellen started on hard tires. We got a bit confused halfway through the race, but it's been a long night.
It's been a whole 37 minutes. So with 2 laps to go, can Pyro get past Capel for 6th position? We'll stay tuned. I want to have a quickly. Yeah, TM's gone. He's disappeared. I don't think
that tire advantage was so big.
Oh, massive. I don't think CMP's going to catch up. I think the battle Alpine Star's just taken a little hit. I'm not sure if it's going to be that much of a hit, to be honest, because of their lead.
They have 2 cars in front of all of Benzoil's team, so they're definitely good.
They are. It's going to be Benzoil's nightmare if Capel loses a spot to Pyro, and I think that's about to happen. As Capel does it all by himself, and Pyro's life has just been made a little bit easier. Through he goes. I think BX has just had another issue. Because his time's just dropped again.
looks about right. Maybe a minor mistake, but I don't think it was a major one. I also think most drivers at the front are just trying to bring the car home at this point. There's not much to fight for.
So for those thinking, well, they've had breaks in between. There's been a 20-25 minute race at the start, a similar maybe half hour in the middle, and then a pretty much 40 to 45 minute race at the end. With no real breaks in the middle. They've sort of been at it the whole couple of hours.
Yes.
The mistakes will start creeping in, fatigue will start creeping in now. As I'm just going to search through, because I think everyone's quite evenly spread now.
Yeah, they are. But to be honest, I think everybody tonight has done a good job in terms of keeping the car on track and keeping it clean mostly. I mean, we've seen several mistakes in the Lexus race, but I think that was the car and the circuit that they don't really know because we almost never use. Outside of that, I think everybody's done a very good job.
But considering all the drivers that have got onto the final, all the captains and the captains' picks of the drivers, everyone that's gone to the final has done a fantastic job.
Just unfortunate that Pennzoil was missing Javi tonight, who was probably going to be the guy to rival BX in terms of results. And maybe could have given Pennzoil a much better chance of winning the entire event, but
Things happen, just like
yeah.
when Aero, you've not even started.
Owen with a final lap stop. He didn't have enough. Why is
Oh,
he
he's
going
gone
for
on softs.
softs?
And he comes up just in front of Capel, but it's not really going to matter because he's on softs.
I mean,
What did you...
he's not going to get the fastest lap because
Oh, I
there's
know why
no
he did it.
time.
He's pretty much out of fuel.
Yeah, that's probably the case.
I don't think...
Yeah, he entered
Whoa,
the pits
something
with
we missed. Whoa, so hold on. BX has had another mistake. Pyro's passed him, so Pyro's up to P4. And at the rate it's going, Owen might catch up. We're just going to stick on board with this because we know
Owen
it's the
is on
final.
fresh softs, so he may very well get it.
He is. I know it's the final lap and we should be showing off the... Actually, we will. We will. I'll do my job. we got a couple of corners. I want to stick in this because
well, he's got the job done already.
He's got it. Owen's done it. So Owen's pitted and gone past BX. So this is a huge hit to... Well, not really a huge hit. So, TM takes a victory at the final race of the final event on the Champions Cup with Kellen in second, just about holding off CMP. I think he's going to hold him up. Yeah, he will. He'll hold off and do a good result for second. CMP in third. Pyro not living up to his name and not spinning out. He's going to come out the final corner in a straight line, finishing in fourth position. So a good solid result from him with his teammate in fifth. BX in sixth. Something happened to him. I wish we had replays. Capel in seventh. Roblox in eighth. Vidvit in ninth. So all three teammates are finishing in the same within each other. Behind each other, sorry. Spin in 10th, running off the Alpine Stars as we got Hurricane coming across the line in 11th place. With Fracas now just coming down the hill. Which I think's our last driver. No, there's Gills.
No, Mike left at the start of the race.
Yeah, so Gills coming across in 13th, sorry, and then Fracas finishing off in style as normal in 12th position. Okay, we got a good backing. We can look at this one. We're not going to get monetized. So there we go. Capel and CMP finishing really, really close to each other. Fantastic results from Pyro and Owen, finishing fourth and fifth respectively. Very unlucky from BX. Not sure what's happened to him.
So
Beth, you are right. So go on,
so
Beth.
yeah. So for the final standings, let's go from last place, which was Castrol with 101 points. Second to last, Yokohama, which, even though they only had two drivers tonight, they managed to not finish last. So good job on that with 119. Falcon will finish third with 135. And then Pennzoil will finish second with 140, and Alpine Stars will win the event with 166 points.
So well done to Alpine Stars. Now all this obviously is pre-stewards.
Yep.
Pyro will release the official standings when his secretary and himself manage to get around to it.
And after that, once Siggy makes the graphics for it.
And also all the stewards go through, because I have a feeling the second race is going to be quite interesting.
Yeah, a lot
Um,
happened.
so yeah, there we go. There's the final. When you get a second Viking, if you have a look at the comments, Beth's just given me a very good idea.
I need to open YouTube real quick.
Okay.
So what was it? We need... Oh, okay. Yeah, I saw that. Let me take a screenshot so I do not forget.
So there we go. It's done.
Yep. Congratulations to Alpine Stars, and thank you for everybody who joined the event and the live stream.
It's been good fun actually racing this, being one of the captains. I still say the whole system was rigged at the very start. Having a 10th pick, even though I was estimated to be picked fourth, was quite demoralising. I'm not going to lie to you. It was quite funny.
Probably wasn't worth to have the whole draft system, or at least having to. Maybe we should have had like an order decided instead of
I
spinning the
think it
wheel.
I think it was quite good because it gave people different chances. It all depends on luck. Auto seemed to be great at gambling, if my memory serves me right, which is
I
just,
don't know how he does it, to be honest.
I think it's just an auto thing.
Yeah.
I think auto gambles. Anyway, jokes aside, so the picks, I think everybody did pick good, strong teams. I think some teams just got unlucky. Some teams did better. I mean, I can't. Again, I can only speak from my experience. And it's the team I was with. The four drivers I had, one didn't show up because they were busy, which life happens, things happen. The other two drivers that were with me did a fantastic job. Looking at Capello's team, which was, I think it was, whose team was Penzel's team. Sorry, they had a
Yes.
very strong team. They had a very good team. And even Pyro. Pyro picked a very good team as well. Even though only two of them showed up for this evening, he did pick a very, very strong team. So, to all the captains, well done. If Pyro was here, I think he might want to say something, but he's not. But yeah, it was fun.
Yep. And I guess this is it.
I
Um,
guess so. Like I said at the start, keep an eye out over the next couple of days to a week for the very special video that's coming out.
yep.
Like I said, it will be on Vikings channel, and then we'll put a link in to the ALR chat for everybody to see it.
And after that, as ALR, we will have esports. That starts on Sunday the 8th, and then the regular Monday's championship that starts the following Monday, the 9th. So keep an eye out for that.
But yeah, it's a busy season. I do know a couple of things that are going on. There's something else which is yet to be announced, which I believe it's being announced.
I think
I'm
only
not
one has been announced, and I only know because I make the calendars.
I think something else is going on. I'm not sure. I need to double check. But yeah, thank you everyone for turning up. Thank you for listening to two, well, one brilliant person, one complete idiot for 2.5 hours,
And you
wasting your
decide who
time.
is who.
Yeah, it's been Viking and it's been Gunmite. Take care of yourselves, and we'll see you all soon.
Goodbye.